Hello everybody, welcome to the first episode of the Bake Session, our new segment where we bake. And just wanted to say, we mentioned before that we had a segment called Midwest Cooking. We have decided to scratch that idea because
it was boring.
We ultimately decided we didn't like it. So we're replacing it with this, a baking segment, something totally different. Why are we doing a baking segment? We suck at baking. So we decided it would be perfect to do and very entertaining. Today we're doing creme brulee, and we're gonna have Caleb over here give you like a little creme brulee introduction and its roots and whatnot, so go ahead.
The earliest known recipe of a dessert called creme brulee appears in Francois Masselet's 1691 cookbook, Cuisine Royale et Bourgeoise. But its ultimate origins are largely unknown. The recipe is based on egg yolks, milk or cream with a pinch of flour, and once cooked, Francois states that it must be sweetened on top. In addition to the sugar that is put in it, we take a shovel from the fire, very red, at the same time we burn the cream so that it takes a beautiful color of gold. All right, first things first, you're gonna have to set your oven to 325. We did that off camera, so our oven's already nice and hot and ready for us to go.
Yep, and then the first step of this recipe is taking a vanilla bean, and if you can't afford vanilla bean, that's okay, just replace it with vanilla extract. But if you want, you know.
Yeah, that's okay. We can't afford vanilla bean either.
We cannot.
Chris, how much was that tiny little bean that you're holding in your hand?
So this you see right here was $16.99, $17. I kid you not. So we're just gonna take this and attempt to split it down the middle.
If you mess up, that's gonna be a $16 mistake.
I've never messed up before.
Ever?
Actually, wow, this split's way easier than I thought it would. I was like,
do you think it's gonna be like beef jerky?
You wanna try it?
Like eat it?
Yeah.
Kinda.
No. Look at that. Give it a whiff. It smells the same as it did.
Dude, if you wouldn't believe it, it smells like vanilla.
It really does.
Next up, we're gonna need about 3 cups of heavy cream going into a pot. We got great value because that's all we can afford. So into our measuring dish, we're gonna pour out 3 cups. If you don't know, whenever you're pouring into something, you should get about as level as you possibly can with it to get an exact amount, because it's very misleading. We got our 3 cups poured into the pot. Get it all out. Never waste product, because there's people dying probably everywhere. And then we're gonna take this over to the stove.
So now we got our vanilla bean here on our knife. We're just gonna go ahead and scrape that into the pot. It's maybe a bad way of doing it, but it's okay. We're also gonna put the pod in there as well. So we're gonna throw that in, and then this is gonna go on a medium heat for about 15 minutes. Let the vanilla infuse in there and get that flavor going. This is gonna be incredible. Look at my fingers, rawr.
While heating up your cream, make sure you stir it pretty consistently to mix the flavor in, and cream is very reactive. The lactose in it likes to rise and go everywhere if you don't pay attention to it, and it likes to burn. So you should try to keep it moving as much as you can.
All right, so it's been about 15 minutes, so we're gonna turn off this mixture and then let it sit for 15 minutes. And while this sits, we're gonna have Caleb do his little egg mixture.
Into a bowl, you're gonna add 5 egg yolks, and you're gonna add in a 1/2 cup of sugar and just a tiny pinch of salt. And you're just gonna whisk that all together. Your goal is to get it to look as smooth as possible. It's going to look a little grainy, but this is how we make our cream into custard.
All right, so into our egg and sugar mixture, we're going to put our heavy cream and vanilla that has been cooling for 15 minutes into our sieve/strainer. Whisk this Johnny up. Oh yeah. So I'm just gonna kinda, you know, hit him with one of these. But I get all that stuff in there. Now, you may be asking, why do you let it cool for 15 minutes? Because otherwise you'd have scrambled eggs because your mixture would be too hot.
There is such a thing as tempering your eggs. We're just
not.
We're just not wanting to do that because it's kind of a pain. But if you do want to do that, you probably have somebody else help you because it's really annoying.
Yep. So, there we go. We'll stop it about there and pour it back into that big measuring cup that we used earlier.
So after you pour that in there, you just want to make sure you scrape it all out. Again, some of this stuff is very yummy, so you don't want to waste it. Also, you'd be left with a lot of the vanilla residue in the bowl. All right, now after we've got that into our measuring cup, we're gonna bring out our ramekins. These are specifically custard ramekins. They have that lip, or they're pudding ramekins. They have this lip on the outside so that you can put a covering over them. Cool facts. So you're gonna fill them just about up to that lip. Just like that. So, unfortunately, we were only able to get 4 ramekins of creme brulee filled, but it's still a lot of yummy goodness. So we're gonna enjoy this.
All right, so now we're gonna take the hottest water you can get out of your sink, which is hopefully pretty hot, and we're gonna put that on the side of this pan here. You're probably gonna wanna fill it up a quarter to like half of the way up. I would not go any more than that. So right there is probably good.
So what this is called is a water bath. What this is gonna do is while it's in the oven, that steam or that water's going to evaporate and the steam is going to help cook the crust on top. So the top will be a little tougher and not so soft like a muffin. This is how you make things like cheesecake that have a very firm top, but an easy bite in the middle. Yay! I went to culinary school! I'm so sorry. All right, put it in the oven.
All right. Okay. Just gonna throw them into our 325-degree oven. You preheated your oven, right? Like it's already at 325, right? All right, good job. Okay. Ooh, be very careful. Don't spill the yum-yums. This is gonna bake anywhere from like 30 minutes to an hour. We're just gonna check it every once in a while because we don't know for sure. It depends on your oven because all ovens are different.
Chris, what are we looking for on top?
Hard. All right, everybody, so we baked these for about 45 minutes and then we put them in the refrigerator for 2 hours. So they should be nice and firm, no wobble like this. And now what we're gonna do is take about a half teaspoon. It depends on how wide your ramekin is. But for this, we're gonna do about a half teaspoon of sugar and just sprinkle that over the top. We might need a little more. I'm honestly gonna do a bit more than that. And then kind of do the spin method. Get the sugar as even as you possibly can. We don't have a brush. You can also, if you have a little brush, you can brush it evenly, but we don't have that. So we're just gonna try to give it as even as possible.
So after we apply sugar to the tops of these, we're going to take our handy dandy torch. I think you can buy them at Walmart. Or just buy a camping torch. And you're just gonna toast the top. You're gonna be really careful because sugar really likes to burn. But you're looking for a golden brown color.
Perfect.
All right, and we're gonna put some more sugar on some of these and we'll come back to you in a minute whenever we break them open.
All right, I haven't even tried it yet. It is very yummy. Now, the question is it the best thing we've made on the channel? I think it's the best thing we've made on the channel.
If you guys like this video and you want to see more, consider subscribing and hitting the like button, turning the notifications on so you're notified of whenever we post another cooking video or Too Many Cooks episode. If you want to support us, consider subscribing to our Patreon in the description below, and consider supporting us on our TikTok and Instagram page. We also post YouTube shorts here that we post everywhere else, but you could also like those on there. Thank you all for joining us today. I hope you had a great time. Have a good one.